All right, well, Mahomes is not very old, only 27, but I thought it could still be fun to talk about his top 10 biggest moments in his career up until this point. Obviously, there will be many more throughout the course of his career, but just kind of a fun idea for a video. Let's just get into it, starting off with number 10. Number 10, it's one we just saw. It's his scramble versus the Philadelphia Eagles to put them in field goal range. Also, sorry, I was originally going to show the clips of these plays as it happened, but I ran into a bunch of copyright issues trying to make that work, so we'll not be doing that. But, I'll explain the plays. You can Google them if you'd like to. It's in the Super Bowl. This one basically won them the Super Bowl, put them in position where I felt like they were going to win the Super Bowl. I think there were other bigger moments because, while this was a very good moment, it didn't really clinch the Super Bowl at the time. They had to, get a penalty to eventually clinch the Super Bowl. It just put them in position to clinch it, but still, it was essentially the winning play in the Super Bowl, so has to make the list for sure. Number 9, only Patrick Mahomes could have incomplete pass be on this list, but we all know which one I'm talking about. In the Super Bowl where they got crushed by Tampa Bay, really he had two of them where he just was seemingly scrambling around for 15 seconds before finally, while he's, sideways essentially, still finding a way to throw the football. One of them probably should have been intercepted by Devin White, went through his hands and then bounced off a Chiefs player's helmet. But still, again, the feat of athleticism, and again, if we're talking most iconic plays, biggest Mahomes moments, there's no doubt that this was, it belongs on the list. I mean, these are, when people talk about Mahomes, one of the things that they show, one of the pictures they show is him, throwing it while seemingly being parallel with the ground. Number 8, it's possible this is recency biased a little bit, but I don't think so. I think this was an incredible moment. The jump pass versus Jacksonville, which, again, it's a game that they won by 7 points. This was a touchdown in that football game where he was able to, again, wall hobbled. And this is when he got hurt, when he had that injury. He comes back in. He doesn't look the same. People are wondering, should he even be out there? He's able to still have this jump pass against Jacksonville to be able to get a touchdown and take the lead. It was just a great moment for Mahomes. It was a great moment in the football game, and kind of, I think, encapsulates the he played through injury thing well. I think that one play is the one I would think about. Number 7, it will not be the only clock you see on this chart. A little foreshadowing for later. 32 seconds versus the Patriots. This was in his rookie season, which, I don't think it can be understated how well liked he was year one. Year one, people loved Mahomes, which, people I think still like Mahomes. I think he's one of the more liked superstars out there. He definitely has his detractors as well, but, I think he's mostly liked. But in that first year, man, people were just so badly rooting for the Chiefs to beat the Patriots, to end the, end the evil dynasty and evil empire, all that stuff. The Patriots take the lead with 32 seconds left. The Chiefs only have a timeout, and they get the ball kind of somewhat close to the midfield. I believe it's about the 45-yard line, but then they had to use their timeout. There's only 20 seconds left, but Mahomes is able to make a throw, get them in field goal range. There was a penalty on top of it, so the clock stopped. They kicked the field goal, and they're able to tie it, and while they did not get the ball in overtime, it was still a huge moment and kind of felt like, okay, yeah, this guy is something special that he was able to pull off that drive and just to send it to overtime. Number 6, this was kind of about the moment as, kind of the game as a whole, more so than the moment, but the moment was pretty amazing as well. This was a touchdown to take the lead versus the Texans. I'm, of course, talking about the 24-0 Texans lead. And remember, the Chiefs had a bye. They were the 2 seed. That was the last year the 2 seed got a bye in the first round. The Texans are, scrappy. They get off to that incredible hot start, go up 24-0 right away, and it just felt like, oh my God, what's happening? The Chiefs, we thought you were going to be the next big thing. Turns out you're not the next big thing. Turns out maybe you were frauds all along. I don't know. The Chiefs come roaring back. Some questionable Bill O'Brien decisions to make that situation happen, but then the late in the half, the touchdown by Patrick Mahomes, which the touchdown itself was a great one as well, where he was barely behind the line of scrimmage. He ran up, but he was had like a foot behind the line of scrimmage, flipped it to Travis Kelce, who was in the end zone, and they were able to take the lead against the Houston Texans. Was just it was an awesome moment, and going down 24-0 to start the game there, and then put yourself in position where shortly after you're able to take the lead. Not only do you take the lead, not only do you come back from down 24-0, you come back in the first half, made us realize, okay, again, kind of one of those like, this isn't just something great. This isn't just a great moment and a great comeback. This is something beyond that. This is something truly special. Number 5, just a regular season moment, but again, an important one, I think. This was a 4th down and 9 against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have Mahomes. This is Lamar's rookie year, if I remember correctly. It seems like, okay, great stuff here by Mahomes. He's having a great season. It was his first year as a starter here in 2018. Okay, he's great, but you can't win them all right? You're not going to win this one. The Ravens have them dead. It's a 4th down and 9. If the Ravens get the stop, they're going to win. Mahomes had one of those, he scrambled out, seemingly threw the ball, an inch away from the sideline, throws it over the middle. Tyreek Hill somehow is there. It did feel a bit like one of those Tyreek down there somewhere plays, but you know what? Again, in his first year as a player, that first year was just so magical. It really was, of all the incredible things that he was doing, and really it was like, this guy is something special. I know people like to kind of make fun of this stuff and say, oh, if Mahomes does this, the media goes crazy, but there's a reason, and it's because, well, yes, I have seen other players make some of these plays that Mahomes has done. I've never seen someone do it with the consistency Mahomes has done it, and no better example of that than the left-handed pass versus the Denver Broncos to get a first down, which was just one of those, like, you got to be kidding me. Now he's throwing left-handed. I think there's a lot of memes of, like, the Princess Bride of, like, I am not left-handed. Like, he's going to now start throwing with his left hand and be even better. Turns out he was left-handed the whole time type thing. Like, that's, exactly, I feel like, what it felt like. It was just an unbelievable moment. It was on a primetime game, so we were all seemingly watching it. And again, it was just one of those, for Mahomes moments, made us realize, okay, yeah, this guy is something special. Number 3, you knew it'd be on here. Some people would have it at number 1. I think that these top 3 you could put in any order, but I feel like it's number 3. I feel like it deserves to be number 3. The 13 seconds thing, where the Bills, all they have to do, just hold on for 13 seconds, and you're going to the conference championship, taking on Cincinnati. Who knows what happens in that scenario? I know everyone says now, oh, would have gotten crushed. We don't know. We don't know what would have happened, but we never will, because Mahomes somehow, 13 seconds left, is able to get the Chiefs in field goal range. Butker drills the clutch kick, because of course he does. He's Harrison Butker. He always drills the clutch kicks. It was, again, is it a moment? It's technically a couple plays, but you know what? I'm going to allow it here because it deserves to be on this list. I nearly had the overtime winner on the list as well. That was number 11, but this was, again, it's one of those things where it feels like Mahomes has done it all. Feels like we've seen him do it all, and then he finds a way to top himself, and that's what he did here. This is the most recent one left on this list. Number 2 is the run versus Tennessee, which, it was that crazy touchdown run against the Titans. They went down 10 in that one because they went down 10 in every game that Super Bowl run. But this one was just one of those where, again, it was just like, this guy is just something different. There's something different about him than everyone else. And the way that, yes, I'm sure players were a little bit concerned. You don't want to get the flag. I get all of that. They were a little bit, not chasing him as hard as maybe they would have if it was in 2003. I get it. But still, it was just an incredible moment. And, that doesn't happen with everybody. Most guys still can't run like that at the quarterback position. And it felt like he was down 6 or 7 times and still found a way to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And felt like, okay, it felt like, okay, this is Mahomes' year. This is Mahomes' league now. We got it. But he hadn't won a Super Bowl yet. And without this play, maybe they never do, with the WASP play, this is 3rd down and 15, the 3rd down and 15 play, whatever you want to call it. This was what the Chiefs were able to, how the Chiefs were able to beat the 49ers. I think people forget, people talked a little bit about it heading into this Super Bowl, but there was like 7 minutes left, and the Chiefs were down 10 points. Patrick Mahomes threw an interception with 10 minutes left, and they were down 10 at that point. I mean, that's how close the 49ers were to winning this football game, and it was a 3rd down and 15. 3rd down and 15, you get the stop there. you're winning the Super Bowl if you're the 49ers. They really were. Mahomes finds a way to, again, is it a Mahomes play? Is it a Tyreek Hill play? It's both. Come on, we can have fun with this. We can be nice to both of them. Both of them were able to make the play. Tyreek Hill got open, but Mahomes didn't know it when he got rid of the ball. He had to throw it before Hill was open, but he put it in a perfect spot. He made the play, and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl and now have won multiple Super Bowls. There's so many big moments. It's always fun to talk about, and I do wonder, if this guy plays for another 15 years, how many of these moments are even on his list? It's crazy to think about how, I have a Super Bowl winning scramble as number 10 on this list. We have some of these incredible plays that are, not even top 5. Like a touchdown to overcome a 24-point deficit is number 6 on the list because of how many moments he's had. Only at 27, this guy might end up with more moments than just about anybody. I mean, there's a couple guys who are going to have a lot to pass, but it's just an incredible start to his career, and I think it should be celebrated, so that's what I'm doing here. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.